welcome. I'm Jessica Morales Myers, the founder of beyoubloom, and I'm so excited to have someone who's so important in my life for many reasons. Her name is Mama Eva. Everyone calls her Mama Eva, hence that beautiful sweater she's wearing that I got her. Mama Eva, it looks gorgeous. You look gorgeous. It fits. You like it?
Yeah.
So Mama Eva, why don't you share with us, how did you and I meet? Let's share a little bit about where you were at that time. Where did we meet?
We meet at Calvary Hospital.
Calvary Hospital. And why were you at Calvary Hospital?
Well, because, I have Papi there.
Papi is Mama Eva's husband. Yes. And why was Papi there, if you don't mind sharing? What was the illness that he was facing?
I don't know if it's cancer or was Alzheimer.
You think it was something like a mix of the two?
Yes, I think so.
I see. Mama Eva, and how many years ago was that now?
Oh my God, 7 is going to 8 years, I think.
Almost 8 years. Yeah. Yeah. And you were at Calvary Hospital. You and your husband were at on the 4th floor, 4 South.
Correct.
Correct. And how many months were you there with your husband till he passed? Do you remember how long you were there for?
I think about 4 months.
I think it was maybe like almost going on 5, right? It was
a long time. Yeah.
And were you there before my mom and I arrived? I think you may have been there already. Do you remember?
I don't remember.
I will say this. I remember how I met you. So do you remember this, Mama Eva? So there was a center. I'm going to tell our audience, okay?
Mm-hmm.
There was a center downstairs called the Family Center. And right. And whenever we were going through really difficult emotions, we could go down there to just take a break, take a breather, get some counseling. And I was down there that day talking to one of the person who heads up that whole center, Stephanie. And as she and I were talking, was it a doctor or a nurse brought you down because you were really going through a lot of emotion that day? Do you remember that? You don't remember, right?
Yeah. No.
That's understandable. And you were coming downstairs and they had you to come in to talk to Stephanie, and I was passing you and I remember seeing you, and it was like something hit me when I saw you. And in that moment I looked at you and I said, wow, she's going through this. And maybe because also you're older than me and like a mother in so many ways, that I looked up to you in that very moment, that she's going through this, I can go through this together, we could do something together. And we still hadn't had a conversation, but I remember feeling emotional towards you. You didn't see me because you were crying and there was so much going on. But then we met each other after that in a family circle where we were talking about our problems. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
You want to share how what that experience was like when you would come down? Okay.
Yeah.
What was that like for you, Mama Eva?
It was hard.
It
was hard.
And you came downstairs, you would come to the meetings?
Yeah. I used to come to the meeting, but and then was, I don't know if you remember, was us 2 sisters. Yeah. And they don't let you talk. Yeah, blue, they blue, they don't let you talk.
So you get to talk right now. So what was going on during that time? You were just listening, or?
Yeah, I just listening. Yeah, what can I do? They don't let you talk.
Well, you see why I love this woman? I love you so much.
Oh, I love you too, honey.
She has the biggest heart, let me tell you. So that day after that, you didn't even get to say all you wanted to say in the meeting, did you? You felt like you didn't get to say what you wanted?
No, they don't let you.
That was
they don't let you.
And then you came upstairs to come see, you asked me, can I come visit your mother, Mama Teresita? Do you remember?
Yeah,
Why did you
yeah.
want to come upstairs to meet her and come up that day or the next day?
I don't know. I guess, you know, I lost my mother, you know, I was very young.
Mhm.
That's why, you know, like, you know, I want to be there for you.
Wow. That is extraordinary because you were going through so much already. How do you do that? How is it that you, Mama Eva, you're going through so much already with your husband, but you also wanted to be there for me and I was a stranger. How do you do that? That's amazing.
I don't know. I just, you know, I always like to help people,
Wow.
you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You really did. And you came upstairs and immediately you connected with my mom.
Uh-huh.
What did she used to do with your glass? Used to tell me.
Oh, I have to take my glasses off. She don't like my glasses. Because you see, my glasses, you see, I got a tint that is dark.
Ah.
And I noticed that she gets scared, you
Oh,
know,
when the
that's why,
lens change colors? The lens.
yeah, that's why, you know, I see clear, even though the tint there, but you know, I said, wait a minute. And then I, you know, I put my glasses up and then she was okay. Because she was so scared.
And my mom was there because of Alzheimer's, but you were able to pick up on her emotions really easily,
Mhm.
what she was trying to say.
Yeah,
I love that about her and you. You guys are so sweet.
yeah. Mhm.
So Mama Eva, you used to sleep there too, right? Next to your husband.
Oh yeah, yeah. I sleep every night. Every night I sleep. I just come home in the morning, take a shower, and I go back.
How did you have that strength to do that?
I don't know. I guess I was younger then, you know.
Yeah.
I won't be able to do it now because I'm older and I myself I'm sick. You know,
Yeah.
I'm having a lot of issues. You know.
Wow. But it wasn't too long ago. That was like less than 10 years ago.
Yeah, it was less than 10 years ago. Yeah.
And I don't know if you know, but you really inspired so many of us to keep strong and to keep going because we would see you and we're like, wow, because there's so many people, Mama Eva, that they're too scared. You remember, they're too scared to come or they don't feel comfortable coming, knowing that everybody at this hospice only had, they were told they only had 6 months or less to live.
Mhm.
So many family members that I just can't face that. Do you have any advice for those who are scared to come or struggle with that? How did you do that?
No, they should. They should come and they should talk to the you know, to the person that is there. Like I remember, was there a man from Brazil,
Mhm.
and you know, he was so, you know, and he thought, you know, coming here to the United States to this hospital, you know, is gonna save his wife because they love each other very much.
Yeah.
And I know you know, once I saw him coming outside, you know, and I say, listen, you want to talk? I say, listen, you know, just talk to her.
Mm.
Just talk to her, tell her how much you love her, how much you care about her. And we'll see, they will understand and she will, you know, but she ended up dying.
Was it that day, the same day that you gave him that advice?
Yeah, once she went upstairs,
Wow.
you know, she died.
Did you see him afterwards? Or
No,
No.
No, because he went because he wants to bring his wife back to Brazil and, bury her there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I haven't seen him.
Yeah. What was it? What would you want to share with us? And you don't have to share whatever you don't want. If you'd like to share with us, what would you and your husband talk about when he was at Calvary and you were visiting or sleeping over there?
Well, he just, he want I be by him, by his side. Like, they give you a bed, and he just want to me be by his side and holding his hands.
Did he verbalize that he could say it to you that he wanted you to be there by his side, by his side?
Yeah, because once I lie down
Mm-hmm.
in the bed, he start to calling for me. And then I get up, and I used to sleep, you know, there holding his hands, you know.
Yeah.
And then when he really, and the nurses, they will come, he say, but go lie down, don't pay attention to him. I say, no, I can. And then, he want to kiss. And I used to feed him, I say, well, you have to eat, and I give you a kiss. Every time, yeah, every time he eat a spoon, I have to, where is my kiss? Where is my kiss?
So he didn't forget that.
No. And then
My
I
God.
don't know, I forgot the name, the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
It's okay.
Dr.
The female
Carrington.
doctor, was it the woman?
Yeah, Dr. Carrington.
Oh, yes, yes.
Dr. Carrington.
Yeah.
She's still at Calvary.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Fine.
And, and she used to come and see him.
Mm-hmm.
And, uh, and, uh, and, when he was really going bad, he said, he's going out, but and then he's coming back.
So he would go
You know.
critical and then come back from being
Mhm.
critical. Mama,
And then, she just say, talk to him,
yeah.
and I talked to him, that I was gonna be okay. And in the end, I talked to him because one of his niece,
Mm-hmm.
she told me, you know, that they can't. That's when he already was in the end. And she say, talk to him because he will hear until the end.
Yes.
That's why, I was to tell, I love you. I love you, Papi. I'm gonna be okay. And, he was until the end, going out. And then Dr. Carrington, she will tell me, you see, he's going down, but and then he
Yeah.
come he can come back.
How many times do you remember him going critical and coming back?
Oh, many times,
Many times.
many times.
Wow.
And then I don't know, you remember Rosemary?
Yes.
She was good, she used to get me food. She used to,
Mama Eva, right? What did you love about it? You loved the food.
Listen, honey, sometimes I don't go home I don't come home at all.
That's true.
That's why, whenever was food left, they will bring it to me.
And but
And
you told me you liked it, the food, the taste.
oh yeah, I love hospital food. If I end up in a hospital, honey, I don't have no problem. And
That's
then,
right.
I feel so bad, because Dr. Carrington was off that day,
Yeah.
the day that Papi passed away. But, he had a nurse that he was so nice. I forgot his name. He was a tall, Moreno.
Mhm.
Yeah, and he was so good with Papi, so good.
Yeah, they and I think the nurses there also had affection for you. So sometimes when they
Mhm.
would say like just sleep, Eva, or go home and sleep, I think they were very concerned for you too,
See,
you know.
I just have one there that was, I wasn't too fond of him.
Uh,
I forgot his
we don't have to say, we
name.
don't have to say the name. Don't worry about it. Mama Eva,
But
do you remember you actually would also go to other rooms and visit other people?
oh yeah,
Want to share about that?
yeah, was a, you see, there's two sisters. You know, I used to go there and that are carrying them there. What you doing here? I said, no, I know them. And I just come to talk to them.
Mhm. And you would
And
just go in
then,
rooms to talk to them, even if they were sleeping or any time you could get in there?
yeah,
Oh.
no, if I see they was sleeping, I
Mhm.
just come out.
Mhm.
And then, and then, and then was a little lady, a old lady, black little lady that nobody visit her.
Was she the one on the other side of four
The
south
other
or
side, the other side. And she died. She died by herself. And then you remember that you went to one
Mhm. Mhm.
that she was dying.
Mhm. Yeah, I definitely I felt honored and at the same time couldn't believe the amount of, just being able to be with people by themselves because we saw a lot of people who were by themselves and you and I always
Yeah,
felt like we didn't want them to die by themselves. We would
yeah,
be holding their hands and talking inside, talking to their ears because hearing is the last thing to go, like you said.
yeah.
Saying I love you, because we're in this together. It was a very
Hmm.
special and very hard time.
Yeah,
Hard. Yeah.
yeah.
Mama Eva, let's talk a little bit about one of the things that I observed, and I wanted for you to share because this is more about your story, please. And it's I noticed that a lot of people would pass away when their loved one wasn't in the room. And we'll talk about your husband's passing because there's something special that happened. But first, let's talk about, did you witness and observe people passing when their loved ones left the room? Or what did you see?
Well, I know they called me,
Mhm.
that he was, very sick. And I say to Marcos, your father is very, very bad. I'm going to the hospital. And he came with me. We
Well,
took a test.
I actually called you, remember? Because I said it,
Oh yeah, was
yeah,
you right? Yeah.
because we had lived in the hospital for so long that you and I got used to hearing what it sounds like when they go critical. And I
Hmm.
remember going
Yeah.
into your husband's room. There were times I would go into your husband's room if you went home to keep him company. And he was so funny because he didn't want my attention. He wanted only Eva.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I would say to him, come on, give me a kiss. And he'd be like, He didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I love you anyway. And he was so stubborn with me and I would laugh.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I understood and I love that he loves you so much. And I said, and then that day I remember thinking, let me go downstairs and check on him because you had told me, you were gonna go home and I checked on him and
Hmm.
it was in the middle of the morning and I said, something is not right. And then I called you and I said, Mama Eva, I think this is the time. Because
Yeah.
they called you, but they didn't know for sure. At that point, it hadn't been determined yet. And then I called you and said, you need to come. And you
Mm.
came right away. And then what happened from there?
Well, I came and I say, Marcos, your father is, I think that's it. And he came with me because he don't like hospitals. And he came to Calvary with me. And he was there and I talked to him you know, and Marcos was was there and and every time I say, Papi, Marco is here, he came back. you know.
Mhm.
And then I have this nurse, I forgot his name, probably he's still at Calvary. And he, he keep checking, how was and everything. And Marcos was on the other side.
Mhm.
And when they declared that he was gone, Marcos started to cry. And he said, I saw when his soul left his body.
Oh, he actually saw his soul leave the body.
Yeah. And
You,
then Marcos say, Mommy, I'm going home. I'm gonna let the family know, everybody, that he's gone. And I stayed there for a little bit. And since I have everything already,
yeah.
with the hospital, the funeral home, I already have set.
Yeah.
That's how,
Yeah.
I don't need it, I told the social worker, was a social worker there too, that she was so good. She was a heavy set. What's her name? I don't know.
That's okay.
I don't remember now.
Mama Eva, do you remember that we were all in the room? And when we were in the room with you, with your husband, it was when we left and it was just you and your son and your husband that he decided to depart. Is that correct? I think you
Correct.
had given him a kiss.
Yeah,
Do you remember that?
yeah, yeah. I remember that.
And that's what I was talking about, where I noticed that many people would either they would depart when their loved one was gone, or they were waiting for somebody. And I don't know if your husband was waiting for his son, but once the two of you were in that room with him, that was when he took his
Yeah,
last breath.
yeah, yeah. And Marco cried and he told me, Mommy, I saw when his soul left.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. And then, I stayed in the hospital there for a while because I only see him bring out the body. But, they was taking so long and I was so tired.
I know. You were very tired by the end of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
How did you how were you able to bring yourself to face that this was it? Because it was many, many, many months.
Mm.
And afterwards, what was it like for you after it was over? What did you
Well,
experience?
was tough,
Yeah. Yep.
was tough. And then, Gladys was there and I used to go there.
Yep.
And, I see people that, I really love him. And look at this, Gladys is gone too.
So let me share that with our audience, because Gladys was a volunteer, beautiful Gladys. God bless you, Gladys. And she would help talk to people like myself and Mama Eva, right, Mama? She was wonderful.
Mhm.
And she took
Yeah.
a lot. And Gladys she was very passionate, would speak her mind. And she was always at the family center. I remember the days that they would bring the donuts and the muffins.
Uh-huh.
We always loved
Yeah.
those days. It was the small little things, right, Mama Eva?
Yeah. And she say, you gotta beg, because sometimes was a lot of things left there. Bigelow, please.
Bigelow. And you used to go downstairs and get, what was your favorite donut or muff? What did you used to get, Mama? You don't remember your
I
favorite?
used to the coffee cake.
Oh, the coffee was great.
Yeah. And some other thing, and Gladys say, you got, when everybody left, he say, Eva, you got a bag? Oh, honey, she put me soda, she put me water, she put me all kind of, and they have an eggplant sandwich. I
Oh,
used to
God
love
bless you,
that.
Gladys. We love you,
Yeah.
Gladys. Oh my gosh. And but Gladys didn't have a family member there. She was a volunteer. What Mama
She
Eva,
was a volunteer. Yeah.
yes. And what
Yeah.
Mama Eva was talking about is that after Mama Eva's journey at Calvary was done, she and Gladys became very close.
Oh, yeah. I used to go, I used to go to her apartment,
Yep. Used to check on her plants if she traveled.
Yeah, because her mommy was very sick,
Yes. Yeah.
and she used to go for a month
Yep.
to Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
And I used to go, and she used to tell me, listen, everything you got in the fridge, you just take it home. Because when I come home, I will, I will, get everything fresh. That's why, like that, you use it.
Yeah.
And she buy it good, the stuff. And that's what I used to do, honey. He'll take my my little carriage, and oh my God, coming down 6th floor. And
That's
poor thing, when she finally get an apartment to the elevator,
yeah.
she ended up dying.
Yeah, I was very surprised because I didn't know that Gladys's cancer had come back. And then Mama Eva, you told me that she passed, and I was stunned. And I went on her Facebook and I looked at all the months before when she knew she was at the end. And even before, but leading up to her death. And she was so faithful. She loved God so much. And she was
Oh yeah,
right,
yeah,
right. You saw she would talk about God a lot, right?
yeah, yeah.
And she was younger. Gladys was about how old in her
No, she was young. Yeah, she was young. She was
50s,
what, 60,
60s?
64 or
Yeah, and
something like
vibrant and
that.
energetic, and we would talk about her children so beautifully and being with them again and all that stuff. And when I saw that, I just sobbed. I started crying because I knew how much Gladys meant to all of us, and I know how much she meant to you. But I want to talk about something too, because Mama Eva, you, after your husband passed, you started getting support by going to Calvary to still have meetings. And what you did was so extraordinary because you were going to meetings, not only for people who have family members who passed, but you were still trying to help people who have family still there. That is
Mm-hmm.
amazing. Like, who would go back after going through such a journey? But before that, I
Mm-hmm.
just want to tell you how much, you know how much I love you. And you said to me, Jessica, thank you for that phone call so that I could have those last moments with my husband. And you said to me, when it's your mommy's time, I'm going to be there with you.
Mm-hmm.
And when my mom passed, you were the first person that I called, and you came
Yeah.
so quick and you helped. I said, I want to clean my mom's body and bathe my mom's body. I don't want it to be anybody else. And I have been sleeping there too.
Mm-hmm.
And you came and you helped me in an honorable way. And I remember you looking across from me and you were helping me with her body and cleaning her.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for what you did for me, for being there and standing with me in my hardest time. I just love you so much. And thank you so much for doing that.
I love you too, honey.
I love you so much. And your strength, you are my inspiration. I tell you this all the time. You don't understand how much you taught me and how much you, like, just watching you, like, many people wouldn't go back. And that my mom passed not too far after your husband passed, and you still came back. And you would, when I was still living there, you would bring me sodas, you would bring me food, you would bring me treats, you would help wash my clothes. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
You,
Remember, you used to come to the house
then you
and
said,
take
come
a
to my house and take a
shower.
shower because I
We
was
have a
showering there.
breakfast. Yeah, we have breakfast together.
I remember
Yeah.
you said to me, Jessica, sleep in my bed so you could feel the bed again, sleep it. And your bed became so emotional in a good way for me. It felt like a hug.
Uh,
Like you, and you would say to me, go there, go to my house. I will stay with your mother, because I didn't want to leave her by herself, and you would stay by my mother's side.
yeah, yeah.
You are amazing. You are an angel on earth. You're doing God's work. And that's why that t-shirt, that sweater she has, Mama, I just sent that for this Christmas. But everybody started calling Mama Eva. That's like her official name. Everybody calls Mama Eva, starting with me. And she's everybody's mother.
Yeah, yeah.
Mama
You
Eva.
see, you see, I have all the pictures here.
Yeah, show us your pictures. Let's see your beautiful hubby. Put it next to bring it close.
Oh, you see my hobby? My hobbies is over there. You see?
There's
You
my
see?
mother with the mariachi hat.
Yeah.
Puerto Rican.
And the doggy. Yeah.
Love the Mexican culture.
Remember her? She used to go to the Elba homeless, even though she died in a Presbyterian hospital. You know, she was so nice. She was so good, this lady. You know, her daughter was a doctor.
Wow.
And she never treat anybody different than, you know.
God bless her. Wow.
Yeah.
Mama Eva, is that a picture also of Gladys over there or no?
Yeah.
Can you bring it closer? I've never seen that one.
Yeah.
Let's see beautiful Gladys too. Can you put it forward? That's her. Bring it up a little bit. There she is. That's it. Beautiful. Yeah. There's Gladys. Oh,
yeah.
We love you.
Yeah.
So at the end of all this, Mama Eva, all of us came together because there were so many who had lost loved ones. And
this one, my client that I work with her.
That you used to take care of her.
Yeah.
You were her caretaker.
Yeah, and I take care of her. And you know, when I told her, you know, that I used to come home, you know, I left the puppy, the food, everything ready to heat up in the micro oven, and he will put it in the stove. Oh. And then she told me, Eva, for more than I love you so much and everything, but I think you have to retire and take care of your husband. Oh, I didn't know. And you know, yeah, and she did everything with me. We went to 1199 and everything, you know. Yeah. Mama, I didn't even know that. Like you were taking care. People have to force you to stop taking care of them because you were. Oh, but she was so good. She was so good. Yeah, she was so good. You know, the other day, her daughter called me, and she told me I have the same, you know, the same phone number. So I got the phone number. So I have to call them. You know. Because because they love you so much. Because what you did for their mother. Mama, oh my, you know, when she needed 24 hours, yeah, I did the 24 hours. You did. Man, Mama, you are like a superhero for so many of us. Do you realize how much we all love you? Do you know that? You didn't have all these, you didn't mean to have all these children that love you, but we all love you so much. And we want you to be making sure that you take good care of yourself and that we are here to be behind you and support you in any way. At the end of this journey, Mama, all of us came together at my mom's services, and it was the end of our journey together, almost a year. And as we close, because we're running out of time, I would like you to share any words you want to share with the audience, people who are, maybe they're facing terminal illness with a loved one. Maybe they themselves are facing it. What kind of advice would you give people who are going through this? Well, honey, just care about them. Tell them, that you love them. And be there, Yeah. Yeah.
Do they, and you say be there, and it's sometimes they get so scared, but what do you think about that in terms of being there?
No, no, don't be scared.
Yeah.
Don't be scared. You'll be scared for a life, people who is alive, because they do so many bad things to you, but not for somebody that, is there and is dying.
Are you happy you were there and you were present in person?
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah.
So am I.
And sometimes I want to go there to Calvary,
Wow.
but because of
Yeah.
now you can't, And matter of fact, I lost my nephew. He
Yeah.
was my dear. I love all my nephew, but this one is,
This was special he's so special to you, right,
he
Mama?
was so special for me, and and I lost him, and he was so young, he was only 54 years old.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The fact that you're still going through losses in life and you still want to be there for others, that is the biggest
Oh
lesson.
yeah. I talked to his wife, because
Yeah.
they was married for 50 some years, She was older than him, but they love each other so
So
much,
much.
Yeah.
Mama, do you feel your husband around, or my mom, or anybody like that, the people that passed on? Do you feel anything around you
Yeah,
anytime?
lately I've been film Papi beside me in the bed.
Her husband, you've been feeling your husband beside you.
Yeah, he's lying down beside me, and I wake up and I say, "What is that?" He's, and he's talking to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, you and I are going to talk more about that. So, and does it give you peace that he's there, or are you scared that he's there?
No, I'm not scared.
Mama Eva, we are running out of time here. We're probably going to have to do another one with you. I want to tell you, thank you for all the wisdom that you are giving to all of us, and that we get to record this so that we can always have your words with us. You are the most amazing, inspirational, powerful, motivating woman that I've met.
Mhm.
I just love you so much. And
Yeah.
I
And many.
well, we'll talk about that on another. I'm gonna try to have him on here too, because his experience was extraordinary and continue. He's still there, so we're gonna have more people on to talk about their experiences. But as I said, we're gonna close out. Thank you so much, Mama. Giving you a
Oh,
hug.
thank
Giving you a
you.
hug. Mwah, mwah,
I
mwah.
love you. I
I
love
love you.
you.
I love you. Mwah.
Okay,
We'll
honey.
talk soon.
I
I'm gonna
love
call
you
you.
too.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.